Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Beastly Yo, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the latest episode of Harley Quinn. So this episode was much different than what I was expecting. I was expecting this to be very Brainiac forward. However, I was not expecting us to get a Brainiac origin story. But I'm not mad about it. So what we got to find out was Brainiac people apparently go around and kind of monitor the cosmos and try to make it so they can figure out how to make their world as perfect as possible. So they go out into the cosmos, look at all other civilizations, planets, and everything else, and try to scour through to see technology and everything else to see kind of what is the how do I want to phrase this? The overall perfection, how to make their world even better than it already is. And one of the big things too is his planet, Coolio? No, I am completely wrong with that, but I know what I'm trying to say. His home planet is at 99%, and to Brainiac, in his mind, he's like, well, 1% can't be all that significant, so because of that, and so that's always a good thing in the sense of like trying to get things, they want to get things as perfect as possible, but in Brainiac's mind, 99 is good enough. I mean, that's only 1%. How crazy could that 1% be to do anything, right? So he has a family, his wife and his son. And the reason why I laugh is because they show a little bit about like what life is on that planet, and it's very much like a stereotypical like Earth like terrestrial planet, in the sense of like they have their spats and everything else. They have issues with their child, but it's in a way of extreme intelligence, so it's really difficult to like take it seriously because they make it so outlandish that it doesn't even feel real, even though it is. And of course, when Brainiac is having relations with his wife, apparently they trade files, and apparently his processing speed is a lot faster than hers. And I just find that to be funny because it wasn't the best episode, but it was funny because they made Brainiac funny. That's not easy to do. And so they had this pet monkey, who is kind of like bouncing around and everything else. So Brainiac gets this mission. It's supposed to be his final mission before he gets his promotion, where he will stay on planet alone. So he won't have to go through the cosmos anymore. He'll be able to be a homebody more than anything else, which is really what he wants. He wants to be home with his family as much as possible. So he gets this mission to have to go out to this planet to find a weapon that supposedly shrinks down organic material that allows him to, or that would allow anybody to kind of keep it safe and secure in that small state. The idea is shrinking vegetation and things of that nature for more compatibility, but also more storage space as well. So he then goes to the planet. He takes it rather quickly. He gets his drones out there. They take it, and he heads back to the planet. Well, when he gets back to the planet, he finds it in complete disarray, and apparently blown up somehow. Like, the planet itself didn't blow up, but when you get onto the surface, clearly a war happened of some kind that caused the destruction of his planet. It is assumed that everyone is dead, because he couldn't scan for any intelligent life form, or computer-based life form, I should say, and he found his wife's cracked face plate in the rubble, along with some what looks like body parts. So he realizes everyone's gone, so now he wants to spend his time going through the cosmos and looking for perfection. What he realized is, one of the places he goes to is Krypton. He sees that Krypton is at 90-something% perfection, but the core is going to implode at some point. So the idea is he goes in and makes it perfect, 100%, and then he then uses the machine that he had taken for his last mission, scanned it in, and shrinks it down and takes the city. So he has his, of course, monkey friend with him, and they travel through the cosmos and look for every perfection thing possible. However, He finally gets bored of it because he's done it so many times and he's kind of just sick and tired of it. So he goes to Earth realizing that, oh, this planet is at like the lowest level of perfection. This is going to be a huge project for me to keep me busy. And like this will be the first challenge I've had in a while. So he decides he's going to work on Metropolis because Metropolis is the closest thing to perfection on that planet. The planet itself is just trash. To him, he wants to work on the city. So his big thing is we get to the present and everything else. He then takes Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy out. He then realizes that Harley Quinn is a creature he's never understood or seen in throughout his entire time in the cosmos. So he teleports her into his area, where she is like, "Oh my gosh, this is disgusting! Like, why? Like, it smells like you've lived here forever and like never left." And he's like, "There's nothing wrong with this place. Everything's fine." And he's like yelling at his monkey, and she goes, "Are you talking to that pile of bones over there? Like, are you okay?" And he's like, "I'm fine. Of course I'm fine. Like, why wouldn't I be fine?" And so he's getting ready to eliminate Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy when Lana Luthor comes in. She's like, "Brainiac, we had a deal. I deal with the humans, you deal with the other stuff." And he's like, "Well, you know, these two have been causing the destruction of all the other stuff, so how am I supposed to deal with that?" And she's like, "They're my personal project, and I'm dealing with them. We agreed that you would let me keep anything that I wanted, and you would be able to do what you needed to do on Metropolis." And he's like, "Well, you know, they now know what's going on." And she goes, "No, we're going to do exactly what we've done with every other person. You're going to reverse time and everything else, and they're going to forget like this ever even happened." So all of a sudden it goes back to the beginning of the episode, where apparently Poison Ivy and Harley had a bunch of takeout, which they don't remember ordering, and got it to the point where they caused a concern for Lana Luthor, which is why she was there to check on them. And they were like, "Oh no, we're just ordering takeout." And Harley Quinn is like realizing like, something's not right. Like, I feel like this wasn't where we were 2 seconds ago, but like couldn't pinpoint anything. And what we see on her plate of food is like she made like the skull ship with her food, and she's like trying to remember everything, but she can't remember anything because to her it didn't happen in a weird way. So it looks like in this, so and that's the end of the episode. So the big thing here is Lana Luthor is in works with Brainiac, which sort of makes sense. She's also, they're both trying to make the planet, or at least the city, perfect in their own way. Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn are causing some issues with that, which is why Brainiac isn't happy. But Brainiac is listening to Lana Luthor. And it's also clear that Brainiac is kind of not all there either. He's kind of losing it himself. He's not truly there. With the loss of his family and then being isolated for as long as he is, he's a little bit, he hasn't had an upload in a while. I'll say it that way. It's not all connecting properly. But I'm very curious to see where the rest of this season goes, because we got a full like picture of like how Brainiac is, and I'm very curious to see where the rest of this goes. I don't know where the next episode's going to be. I don't know where it's going to lead to or anything else. But I'm very curious to see where it goes. So for now, let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not? And why? And as always, if you like the content you see, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.